All right, here we go into Ensk, and yes, yoe IRONMEN will be starting up north, and Brendan, take us through the tank selection.
Well, just looking at yoe IRONMEN first, they have that 110 tank, they have 3 AMX-50s and a KV-5, and just looking at Mindfreak, they have 2 AMX-50s and 3 IS-3s, so 5 heavy tanks for both teams.
Yeah, so pretty standard set. I mean, honestly, on these urban maps, I wouldn't go with anything other than 5 heavy tanks. I mean, we've seen, teams, I mean, some teams can pull off the, the light, maybe 1 TC9 or 1 AMX-13 or 132. But most of the times, a 5 heavy tank lineup is just the best way to go about these urban maps. And early on, we can see here Mindfreak moving over towards this eastern edge. We see this a lot now, especially lately. Teams, especially starting down south, really like to go for that railway. And what that allows them to do is they can actually push up and get into the northern part of the map without being seen. And they can actually get surrounding maneuvers on members that are camping inside of the city. It was actually team efficiency that came up with that strategy first, and we saw it earlier today with Insidious Gaming, really utilizing that railway as a highway connecting the north and southern starting points.
Yeah, I mean, it's so good because you can take cover and really get to the other side of the map without being seen, like you said, and without taking any damage because you have a lot of cover behind all these buildings, all these railway cars. It's just a good way to take a good position against the enemy, especially since that north team, they're more likely to go for that northwestern side in all those buildings. You can kind of slowly go up here, take position, and maybe even lay siege onto the enemy base.
Yeah, most definitely so. So Mindfreak continuing this push right now. I don't think this is going to work out, though, quite honestly. I mean, the second Mindfreak makes it into this northern part of the map, yoe IRONMEN are going to have all the cover, all the time in the world to come back and encounter this push. And the thing is, if Mindfreak want to make something happen, they're going to have to come out of cover. And yoe IRONMEN, they're completely undercover right now. They're in the city. They have all these buildings. They have, so many things, so many pieces of terrain that they can just hide behind right now. Whereas, Mindfreak, they can stay behind these railway cars and these buildings, but I mean, it's not going to force yoe IRONMEN to engage them. They have to go for the base capture for yoe IRONMEN to engage them, but to go for the base capture, you have to come out of cover.
Yeah. I mean, that's the biggest thing about this map, especially on the north side. You can go for the base capture, but there's almost no cover there.
Yeah.
And if you're facing all these heavy tanks,
no cover.
Yeah, like you're saying, like there's all these against all these heavy tanks, especially 3 AMX-50s. Like you can't just try to do it. You basically either have to poke down the enemy or with this position, or hope that they see you and they try to do something stupid. Like it's like you said, like you expressed. Not disappointment, but you don't really think this is going to work out too well for Mindfreak.
Yeah, no, I definitely would not recommend this push coming out from Mindfreak. I mean, if yoe IRONMEN yoe IRONMEN knew where all these tanks were right now, they would be completely screwed, honestly. They'll just get completely surrounded by yoe IRONMEN. But look at that. Both of the T1s go down on Mindfreak, and they're just going to go for the base capture right now. Here they go. 3 of those ISGs going on the base of yoe IRONMEN. Yoe IRONMEN have plenty of time to come back and defend this, though. So honestly, unless Mindfreak can get insta kill one of those yoe IRONMEN tanks, I honestly think that yoe IRONMEN should have no problem to take this.
Yeah, I mean, Mindfreak always with these really big maneuvers. They sent the T1 in there and they spotted all the heavy tanks, so they did go for the base capture. That has a bit of logic behind it, but you gotta think like now, it's not that big of a map. You can see them and they have no cover on the base. Yeah. So now yoe IRONMEN is just going to come in here and rain down fire. You can see that no one on yoe IRONMEN, the first shot that they just took, but already so much health going down for Mindfreak already.
And look at the base capture also happening for yoe IRONMEN. Although the base capture for the Mindfreak members are going up faster, it's so easy for yoe IRONMEN to just delay that. I mean, they have tanks all over this northern side. They're completely surrounding Mindfreak right now, and Mindfreak have nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, nowhere to even shoot from. And look at that. Just systematically, this could be a clean sheet victory for yoe IRONMEN. Yeah, just absolutely nothing that Mindfreak can do right now.
Yeah, honestly, I don't know what the idea was behind this. I mean, you're not going to win that 5-on-5 engagement when you have no cover. Yeah. Like we were just saying. We were saying before, like, if they go for this, it's not going to work. And then they went for it, and it didn't work. So I don't know. I'm not really sure why they were doing that.
Yeah, honestly.